Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with jazz pianist Joey Alexander. He took some time out of his schedule to talk about his sixth studio album and his latest 2020 CD called Warna. It's out on Verve Records. Originally from India, he stormed America and the international scene since arriving in New York City back in 2014. He's 16 now, and he talked about averaging about 100 shows a year for some years now. He's wise beyond his age and hopes that this album will vault him past the jazz prodigy hoopla. We talked about a lot of aspects of his life, including at 8 when he played with Herbie Hancock, who was visiting Jakarta as a UNESCO goodwill ambassador. So please get to know Joey and dig this interview, my friends.
So, hey, Joey, this has been a long time coming. Thanks for taking a minute out to talk with me on Jazz. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine.
Your sixth studio album, a major release on Verve Records, is a wonderful album. And I know that everybody gets caught up in the whole child prodigy thing and all of the things that have gone into who you are as a musician. But do you see the evolution of this album as kind of you stepping out into a different light, or how do you view this album?
Yeah, I feel like it's the stepping stone of my next step of my music career, and now with Verve Records. It's a great start, and I'm very thankful that with this album Warna, I have more original compositions, and also I've added two people on the album, Louis Cito, Quinton, and Drummond on flute, adding their colors and their personality and style of playing into the music.
With each successive album, you stay pretty busy. How many shows do you think you perform a year?
Wow, that's a good question. I like that question. That's super busy, but at least, when I do a show per year, I would say 80 concerts. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of action.
Yeah, I don't play regularly. I just do some concert halls or some jazz clubs. I will do some jazz clubs in D.C., Washington D.C., and Seattle.
Has there been a show in recent memory that you can think of that was just magical? You had a moment on stage, or there was an audience member, a light bulb went off. Was there a particular show that you can think back in your career that you're like, wow, that was special?
I think every show that I did is always, we have a great time, great moments. Because I think, for me, the music will always, take us to another place, for people, to enjoy. So that to me is what matters to us as musicians,
Yeah. Who do you think in your life, whether it's parents or mentors or others around you, who do you think is the most responsible for your success?
Well, first is family, but I think, I always believe in God's gift. I'm here sharing this music, Warna. I think that I'm sharing for people to enjoy. It's a God's-given talent. And I think that talent, is within each of these musicians, each one of them, to share the gift. They're definitely, my parents, always supported me every step, that we take. And we always, trust that the music will bring us to reach out to more people. And I'm hoping that, this album, Warna, will reach more to people wherever they are. And definitely the people who have supported me, Verve and management, all the team who are backing up. So, they all have been important in my life. Yeah, but definitely, yes, my parents.
What was the first live jazz show that you ever saw that really moved you?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly. Just seeing, musicians listening to each other and having this, musical conversation. That really was interesting to me. I wanted to be part of that experience, playing with people.
What do you like best about being a musician?
I could travel, sing different places. That's a wonderful thing. Different people. And, recording, I get to record music to share it. It's amazing. It's a big responsibility to be a musician because you always have to be above yourself every time. It takes a lot of risk to be different. But it's a wonderful thing to be a musician.
Absolutely. Is there something about you that maybe people don't realize? You know, just something. You know, you have a persona. You have this career. You're pretty well known. Is there something about you that maybe people don't know that maybe they should know about who you are?
Not much. You know, I like to have my music speak. You know, definitely I'm always prioritize the music first. You know, I want people to hear the music with their own ears and see it as, you know, not how old I am. That's what I want to say to whoever, you know, who's listening to my music.
Are you ever nervous on stage, or is it just a natural extension of who you are? Do you just feel natural on stage?
I get nervous, even now. Even to the, you know, whenever I step out there and play for people. Especially, I think, you know, when I feel so close to the audience, definitely I feel that a little bit, that energy, I don't know what the energy would be. Where you sometimes, you know, you don't know what the audience would expect. But I always try to be positive. I just want to, you know, share whatever I want to share and focus on what I'm going to do and be thankful to God. And we always, you know, say a prayer. That's why this our prayer on the album. So it's based on, and before we do a performance, we join in together and being thankful of why we're here, musicians, you know, having a chance to perform for people to enjoy. So that to me, that matters, you know, for musicians to always be humble and to be thankful of what opportunity you have and to be serious about it.
So if music wasn't your path, this wasn't something that you did, and you had to choose another career, another thing to do with your life, what are you good at? What would you do other than music?
To be honest, I don't know what I would do without music. For me, it's like only one path. So I think music has given me that path, you know, for me to have a career and to have fans, my fans, you know, listen to my music and to create my own music. So that, to me, is such a blessing. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what I would do if I didn't play music.
Yeah, cool. I like it. So when you were 8, Herbie Hancock came to Jakarta as the UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador. That had to be a pretty big moment to meet somebody as big, as talented as Herbie.
Yeah, there was, absolutely a great moment for me to even just that one chance, you know, to meet somebody like Herbie. It was very encouraging, and that's what I got from Herbie, meeting Herbie. I got that encouragement from Herbie, you know, to always elevate myself, keep playing this music, and see how far I can go, I guess. Amazing, you know, to, you know, have the support like from Herbie or, you know, Winton or Salis 3 years after that. I just say 4 years after that meeting with Herbie.
And they've given you advice, and now you've been around long enough. You could give somebody advice. What advice would you give a young musician that's starting out in jazz?
That's true. And I always try to be like encouraging, just as, you know, masters of this music have encouraged me. And I always try to encourage them whenever I go and meet new students, you know, that, you know, you always have to have appreciating the musicians around you and always, you know, start step by step. You know, you have to learn the language, learn from other people, not only in class, but also learning from musicians outside of, you know, school. You know, whoever you're checking out, you know, it's good to check out live music. That's how I learn. You learn from everybody that you can learn from. Of course, you know, your teachers, whoever they are, you know, who are teaching you the language of this music, but also, you know, other people too. So that's my advice that I would give.
Why do you love jazz?
I think I might have answered you, but you know, it's the ability and musicians coming together with maybe different backgrounds But, with jazz, there are no boundaries. There, freedom to express oneself, to share whatever you want to share through music. And that's jazz to me, to have the conversation. And that's what I feel about this album, Warna, is we having that musical conversation together.
My final question is this. With your latest album, what do you want the listener to get from this experience? How do you want them to feel about what you've put out into the world?
I hope that this album will lift them, whenever they're at work or listening to radio. Feel empowered to feel that the joy, which I always want to share, the joy of music for people to feel that sense of empowering themselves, because music can heal people, as I've heard, and that I feel that this album will, I hope, will bring that for people to enjoy. And when they come to my shows, I hope after they listen to it, they share it with their family or their friends. I want my music, to heal those, who are lonely and who need hope. That to me, that is very special.
And I know I felt the joy. I know my listeners will. Joey, thank you for taking a minute out for Neon Jazz today.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
I know you asked me one question just to clarify. Sometimes I do more than 100 shows.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of action. That's good, man. That's very good.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't catch up. I'm not good with
yeah.
dates.
But
Also, what's the name of the video?
It's Neon, like the light, Neon Jazz.
Ah, that's good. That's a good title, Neon. John Mayer wrote Neon. That's a good. I like that title. Neon. Yeah, that's good. John Mayer's song is called Neon.
Yeah.
I listened to that a few times, so yeah, that's a nice title. I like that.
Cool. Joey, hey, thanks again, man. Good luck with everything. I really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest cats in India, New York City, Kansas City, and spots all over the globe, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to Joey for his time, cool, and stories. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com, and for everything Neon Jazz all the time, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.